Hello and welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran and I am so glad to have you here. This is my place to talk about weight loss, life, getting fit, everything. If you're new here, you know the drill. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and comment. Thank you very much. I appreciate it and I love the interaction. This is the weigh-in and week review, so let's get to it. It is Saturday morning and I am waiting for my friend to show up. We are going to breakfast and we're going to have a little bit of girl talk and a little bit of girl time. We'll see what happens there.
Not good though. They don't have the toothbrush holder.
What was that? The holder?
The holder.
After breakfast with Chantel, I went home and Jason and I decided that we wanted to be outside. It was sweatshirt weather and we just wanted to be outside. So we decided to go downtown Frederick. We popped in and out of stores and of course hit the antique store. And we just enjoyed our day. Now overnight that night, the weather changed. This is wreaking havoc on my arthritis. But I didn't let it stop me. We went out for a hike. And enjoyed being outside. It is a win-win situation. I'm making my health better by hiking, and mentally there's something about being outside that is amazingly mind-clearing. On Monday it was back to work for me and it was a rough week. It was my first full week in quite a few weeks due to holidays and other time off of work. I started out the week right with exercise. I was riding the exercise bike, and about Tuesday I started to pay attention to my body and the signs that my body was telling me. You see, I was just cold all the time. I was also fighting with a constant headache, still actually have that, and it's sinus pressure, and I've even had some pain in my ears. So I was just not right. Something was off. So instead of pushing through, I decided to give my body the rest that it needed. This is a healthy journey, not just weight loss. It is about health. So I had a rough week, did get a little bit of activity in, but not what I wanted. I did pretty good on my food. I kept my food within my calorie range, so I was pretty happy with that. So this past week was the first full week we had with our new plan. What is that new plan, you might be asking? Well, let me tell you. But before I actually tell you, I want to actually go back quite a few years and I want to talk to you about something that I used to do. And I used to not eat much meat. I stopped for humanitarian reasons. I just couldn't do beef anymore. And then after beef, it extended to pork. And so by the time I met Jason, I was eating meat probably about once or twice a week. It was only chicken and turkey. And he laughed and said, give me 6 months and I'll have you eating meat again. Well, he was right. But we have actually been discussing a lot recently about the benefits of meat and what we are eating. And we keep talking about going back to a more vegetarian lifestyle. And we've talked about it. And I've tried to incorporate a few more vegetarian recipes into our diet. But it just wasn't getting there. We were just defaulting back to meat. It was the comfort. It was the normal. And we kept talking about it. I talked to a gal at work and she is thin, rail thin, but she was talking about how before her wedding, she wanted to get rid of her love handles and she talked about them and she says, I talked to my personal trainer and said, what can I do to get rid of this? She told me that the personal trainer told her, give up meat. And she did. So I asked her, I said, did it work? She looked at me and said, in a month. They were gone. Now, she did not have a lot to lose. It was just, pinch the half an inch, pinch the inch, whatever. But it really struck to me. And then Jason's talking about it also. So we started to try to incorporate more. And in December, we started talking a lot. And we're like, we're never going to do it unless we just take the dive. So on January 1st, we actually began eating more vegetarian style. Now, I'm not giving up meat totally. I just don't want to make that leap right away. I'm not saying that we won't make the leap eventually, but right now we are Still eating meat maybe once or twice a week. I think Jason had it twice. I had it once. And I'm okay with that. So we are actually going that route. Now, I don't know if it's going to help my weight. I don't know if it's going to hinder my weight. We are doing it more purely for a health reason. It is what it is. Yay! So that's where we are at. So there are a lot of recipes that I am trying. So if you have any amazing vegetarian meal recipes, comment below, let me know. Now, the problem is I'm not a big tofu fan. I'm not a big mushroom fan. We've been eating a lot of beans. That's quite okay. I'm fine with that. So that is what we are doing for this new year. I am still counting my calories. That has not changed. It's just a different focus of what kind of calories I'm eating. It's not the meat, it's the beans instead. It's the whatever. So there we go. That is something that happened this week and that is continuing on. And thus far, the meals that I've had have been delicious. I have one of them filmed already. Needs to be edited, so you'll get that in the future. But I'm going to be filming a lot more after this, so we're going to have fun. As I said, my calories have been relatively in check. I'm keeping it steady. I'm not restricting. I'm still eating normal. I'm not going crazy. And I am keeping my calories between the 1,200 and the 1,500 mark. So I'm happy with that. So how did I do on the scales? I'm good with my loss. I'm really good with it. It could have been better because I do know there was a couple little things I need to clean up. Mainly those little pieces of chocolate at night that I have been getting into. They are tracked and I'm still within my points, but I probably need to get rid of them. But I'm good with it. I'm starting out this year awesome, and it's just going to get better. Oh, and I asked a friend to do my no excuses to end out my video. So here we go. Take one through however many.
No excuses.
Look here and say it.
No excuses. Okay, no excuses.
So what's the name of my channel?
No excuses.
What are we doing over?
No excuses.
No excuses.